Right, everyone knows how to shut off their monitor, right?
Not the CPU.
You shut the CPU off.
That's going to be on the test, so you should know the difference between the two.
No. Shut off there.
We're going to be reviewing our midterm for Wednesday. Pen and paper out. Monitors off. Today, guys, I'm asking you to be quiet. Turn your cell phones off. No singing. No talking. No eating. We are paying attention like adults. If you have a question, raise your hand.
Okay, sir, I am here.
Excellent.
Went on a mission. I returned.
You're on a mission.
I was.
Were you?
Mission completed and successful.
Excellent. What was it, man?
In search for keyboard.
Oh.
A particular type of keyboard.
Alrighty.
By the way, by the end of this class, you know,
Yeah.
what happens all
Talk to me?
Yes. About 6 weeks.
It's fine. I understand that you have stuff to do, and that's okay.
Yeah.
We can work it out.
Medical stuff to be happening 3 days next week. Get
Alright, well, this thing's not going to work so far. Alright. No carbon. Guys, if, actually LiveScribe that doesn't work. Okay, never mind. Forget what I was about to say. Now then. Alright, what? No. Mr. Walter, you want to take roll?
Sure. We have a roll sheet.
You do. Alright. Actually, the roll can wait until break. Alright. How are we doing back there, Miss Louise?
We're ready.
Excellent!
No, we're not. Some people still have their monitors on. Do I have to call names?
You're okay, Mr. Reed.
There's some papers ready.
Pens, paper, note-taking devices, LiveScribe, particularly popular right here. Alright.
What page are you on? You're not on the first page.
No, I was going to do it out of order.
Okay, no problem.
Alright. Got everyone's attention?
Yes.
Everyone can hear me? You can hear me, Miss Johan? Do I need to speak up?
You need a microphone? Yes.
The microphone is refusing to work for whatever reason.
You need to be very loud.
I will be very loud. Miss Johan, would you shut the door so I don't disrupt members of other classes, please? Alright. So, welcome to keyboarding. We are having a review today, and believe it or not, this is something very similar to what you'll be tested on this coming Thursday at 1:30.
She has to pay attention. She needs to be off of that.
I was mistaken. In this case, no. We'll have her actually take.
You can write down her notes for her.
Is that okay? Cool. Alright, so I'll just go over a few things when we get set up. This exam will start at the same time as the class. There will be no drills, just as there will be no drills today. Don't make with the applause all at once. I know you guys hate drills. Alright, the exam is going to cover some very basic things. There will be no surprises in the exam. Everything in here we will have gone over at one point or another. Yes?
Just so you guys are aware, Thursday afternoon, you will not be having class in this room. There's a presentation going on. So we're going to have your names on outside the door, classroom 3 and also classroom 5. So where you see your name is where you're going to be taking your test. You do not need the computer to take
this test.
your
Okay? Is everyone clear? So if I asked, for example, Ms. Shandell, what 2 rooms are we using? 3? 1 to 5?
So
Good?
you need to write that down. Don't come and say, where do I go?
Guys.
You need to go to that room and look on the door because you will be late if you do not.
Heed Miss Louise. This is an important thing to remember. Nothing gets you off on a bad foot like going into the wrong room. Okay? So everyone jot that down if you'd be so kind. Mr. Mike, do you need an extra sheet of paper?
3 or 5.
No, I'm using the Okay.
Look on the door. Don't come and say, Miss Louise, where do I go? I'm going to look at you like you're crazy.
Alright. Another thing, and this happened in the last keyboarding class, and I feel like I should have mentioned it then, and I'm going to mention it now. If you don't understand a question, don't ask your neighbor, don't ask us, give it your best shot for at least, a couple minutes. Or, better yet, skip it and come back to it. Make some sort of mark and come back. The idea is we're testing you on what you know, not whether you can ask us to help you. If you're legitimately unclear, even after coming back to it after some pause, then please come up and ask me. But until that point, you're on your own. Okay, is everyone clear on that?
Yes.
Alright, that seem fair? I mean, this is a test after all. Right, so, to make it interesting, we're going to hop around a bit on this test. We could start at the beginning. That'd be too easy. So, if I was going to save, say for example, what's today? Day 10. So if I was going to save the non-existent drill for today, what would the format look like here on these lines? What's the first word I would put down? Can I get any brave volunteers? Hold. I also feel like I should enforce something that I haven't been enforcing very much, which is when you have something to say, the hand goes up, but the mouth stays quiet until I call upon you. Alright? So, Mr. Thomas, you were saying?
Keyboarding.
Keyboarding? Okay, fine. Good start. Capitalized and everything. Keyboarding. What next? What comes next in the format, guys? Mr. Thomas, would you like to continue? How would we save this if we were saving this document?
Keyboarding lesson.
Well, no, we're doing drills. So,
Well, it does say lesson. but she says
oh,
lesson.
we're modifying it now. So let's just pretend this is a drill. So drill.
So keyboarding lesson 9, drill 1, drill 2.
Actually, we're going to put in the day.
No, you did.
No, you did it correctly? Yep. Drill 1.
You're teaching.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Carmen. Take a seat. You don't need to log in. We're just doing a quick review. Drill 1. Anything else? Any other relevant data? Like if Miss Louise or I was opening this, what else would we want to know? Mr. Zellers.
Put the date on it.
Mm-hmm.
And which lesson you're doing.
Yep. So lesson first, like, well, in the case of a drill, you'd say day X 04 5 15 13. Sorry, I got my months mixed up.
Why don't you just backspace from all the lines? Fix the lines.
Working on it. Okay? Everyone knows that.
Is that correct? Yes, sir.
What else?
The lesson, if it's a lesson, but other than that, I think it's correct.
Yes, if this was a lesson, you would say lesson something. It's not correct? Ms. Louise, how can we make this better still?
Because you're supposed to put keyboarding as the first.
It is.
Thing is day, whatever day that we're on. Then you write the drill, then you write the lesson.
Ms. Louise is correct as ever.
Because if we're looking at it, we're pulling it up on Outlook, it's going to say keyboarding drill, it's not going to tell us the day. So
Got it?
the first thing is keyboarding in the day that we're on. Then the lesson, because the question says lesson. Let's forget the drill. Let's go exactly as what the question is saying. An example for a lesson. So it will be keyboarding, then the day, then the lesson, and then the number of the lesson could be lesson 10, lesson 9, lesson 8, and then the date.
Okay? Alright. Miss Carmen, what program do we use to write our lessons and drills down in? Yes, that is correct. Microsoft Word is the answer to that. Okay, we haven't done terribly much printing, guys, but I'll just ask a very simple true or false question. Miss Shirley, you should take careful care when you're printing to make sure that your document is sent to the right printer. Is that true or false? To take great care about where you send your document when you print. Is that a true statement or a false statement?
It's true.
Okay, so we're going to say true, or T in this case. Okay, so that covers that. Someone's phone's ringing. Who is it? Alright, so continuing with the printing theme, if you attempt to print but nothing comes out of the printer, a message reads, load paper in drawer 1, what should you do? While we haven't covered this in class, we did cover this in LSS, and it's a very simple question. So, our options are as follows. We can load paper into drawer 1, tell an instructor the printer's broken, leave the printer as it is so a volunteer can refill it, or walk away so no one can find out that you broke the printer. Miss Susan, hold.
Hey, load the paper in the drawer?
Yep. So we're just going to go ahead and bold that again, or unbold it really. Good. That is the correct answer for this. Okay? So, moving on to number 2. Which of the following tools are good for practicing your typing with? ZoomText, LiveScribe, CoWriter, or Mavis Beacon? Oh, Miss Shandell, glad you could join us. We're right in the middle of a review. Miss Shandell?
Family crisis. My son's in the hospital. We got
Quiet, please.
Miss Jenna, thank you. Sorry, Miss Shandell, I could not hear you. Mavis Beacon is the practicing typing program. So yes, that is the correct answer here. So we're going to unbold it. Okay? Alright, again, this is LSS stuff, guys. You'd be surprised how much bleed there is between these two classes. Now, when using the internet at the Academy, which of the following is forbidden? Online shopping, online gambling, online chatting, or all of the above? Miss Joyce Fadia.
Miss Carmen, raise your hand.
Oh, but
Raise your hand higher, Miss Carmen, so they can see.
Miss Carmen, yes? D? The answer is different than in LSS. So yes, in this keyboarding class, yes, this is absolutely forbidden, all three of these things. Thank you. I should actually just put YouTube in instead of online shopping, because seriously. Alright, so yes, all of the above are forbidden during keyboarding class. I'm going to change that question right there. Okay? For this one? The last question is, are online shopping, online gambling, or online chatting banned, or are all of them banned? It's on the screen.
Charles, if you go up to view and hit normal, you'll get one page.
Oh, excellent. Okay. All right, let's go into a hypothetical situation. We seem to like those. So, Miss Ella, when you get to your computer, you see your usual computer is not plugged in. The first thing you should do is A, B, C, or D. With A being let Chris Hyson know so we can find your equipment. B, get the right keyboard and mouse from the shelf and plug them in. C, move to a distant classroom. Or D, use whatever's there.
Monitor off, please.
I think B.
Ms. Jean,
Got the right keyboard and mouse on the shelf and plug it in.
That is correct. Good.
Justin,
All right, now we're going to go to something a little bit more concrete. All right.
Zoom text is large. You might want to use Zoom.
Well, we don't need the Zoom text for this particular one.
No, the size of the paper receiver says 100. If you reduce that, 75.
Okay, fine. But I was going to use the program itself. All right, so what clever person can tell me where the minimize, enlarge, and X out keys are?
Top right.
Top right?
Okay, you're raising your hand.
Oh, right,
We're
yes,
not
we're doing that.
shouting out. You missed that part.
You did not tell us that.
I
I'm
did,
a
but
grown
you were-
woman.
Ma'am,
Miss Jetta, you were late. We reviewed it before you
Okay.
came in. Now then,
so I'm asking you.
Thank you. I heard you.
Miss Jetta. Easy now.
Continue.
I will, momentarily. Now then, you posit that they are in the top right of the screen. Miss Johan?
Can I ask a question over?
Sure. Where do you find the minimize, enlarge, and exit buttons? Maximize, yeah. And Miss Jetta said, correctly as it turns out, that they're in the top right of the screen, right here. If you follow my mouse. Or if you want a more concrete example inside the test, like if this question was on the test, I'm not saying it is, you put a square around these. You see them? Easy peasy stuff. You guys know all know how to do that. Alright, so Mr. Muse, can you tell me what buttons make up the home row in typing? Sorry, Mr. Muse, I can't hear you. A, S, watch my mouse, yes. A, S, D, F, then you skip over G and H, J, K, L, and semicolon is the home row. That's how your fingers are supposed to be arrayed. I know, that's not what this question is supposed to be, but hold on. When you type, your hands should be placed as follows. And we've been over this, guys. Alright? Yes, it definitely is the question being asked. Your left pinky finger, everyone turn your attention away from the screen into your keyboard. Hands up where it's relevant. I'm sure you're going this. Left pinky finger on A. Ring finger on S. Middle finger on D. And pointer finger on F. For those of you with high typing speeds, you all know that this is the quickest way to do it. Your right hand follows a similar pattern, except for your pinky comes down on the semicolon button. Your opposite ring finger comes down on L. Your middle finger goes on K. And your pointer finger goes on J. That's the home row. You leave G and H in the middle.
The question says, reading the text above, circle the home row key. Not where your hands go. What are the home row keys? So we need to know what are the home row keys. The home row keys are, can somebody somebody tell me, please? Raise your hand. Yes.
Zeller?
Just told me
Yes.
ASDF and JKL semicolon.
Yes, the G and H is also considered the whole row.
Right. I was going to say.
Yes, sir.
Yes, quite right.
Your hands are placed on specific keys, but that's not all of the home row keys. The home row keys include, and you need to write that down, G and H. So, the home row keys are A, S, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, semicolon.
An easy way to remember this. Alright? An easy way to remember this, it's the middle row. It's where enter and caps lock are. You know, it's dead center, basically. At least for the part with the letters on it. Hey, Chris. Alright. So, where can we find the Windows key on this diagram? Just tell me the keys it's in between. Who haven't I called on? Miss Jetta? You have something to say?
Include the control button and the off.
Yes, that's the Windows key. Good? Alright. Now, this isn't a new term. You're all familiar with it. But I'll give you a brief primer first. You see this little, these 6 buttons? Guess what they're imaginatively called, guys? I don't think we went over this part. So look at Chris's ripped abdominals. What do we call that? Yes, that and Chris is very happy because he's fooled someone into thinking that he has a 6-pack. This little cluster here is imaginatively called the 6-pack. It consists of delete, insert, home, and page up and page down. We haven't had much call to use this, except for in some deleting of files and documents. Some people use delete instead of backspace. But that's okay. You just need to know the name for it and where it's located, even if you don't use it terribly much.
So I better write it down. What's the name?
The name is
Write it down.
the 6-pack right here. So it's just to the right of backspace. It's for everyone here has Dell. What is it? Dell keyboards, with the exception of people with AT. It's right under the Dell sign. Except for, yeah, right there. And some keyboards don't have them, but you should still know where it is. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In a standard keyboard, yes. It's not true, however, for your keyboard.
I understand.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright. Miss Johan, where are the arrow keys on the keyboard? What are they in between? Yep, I'll take that answer. So you could find them and circle them as the question asked up here? That would be easy for you? Good. I love giving easy tests. It means they're easy grading. How we doing, guys? How we feel about the information so far? Alright. So, I would say pop quiz, but this whole class is a pop quiz, basically, before the actual pop quiz. What happens when you hit the Windows key? Any takers? Miss E! Yes, the start menu comes up. Quite right. Very simple little shortcut, saves you some mouse work. Looks like this when pressed. Doesn't matter what program you're in or not in, it'll come up. Alright? So, we have a nice little, yes, Miss Carmen. Certainly. When you press the Windows key, if you watch the mouse, it's right here, where the little bone is. See it? And if I wiggle it around a little bit, It's right between Control and Alt on your keyboard. If you press that, the Start menu appears. And this happens no matter what program or programs you happen to be in. And you get rid of it the same way by pressing it. Alright, so this is the English class. This would be time where I test you on your vocabulary. Thankfully it's not an English class. So we're going to test you on what keys do. Alright, so who haven't I picked on? Miss Susan, what happens when you hit the Shift key?
The shift key?
Yeah.
If you hit the shift key, it could,
Hold.
I don't remember.
It's okay. Anyone want to help her out?
Capitalize.
Oh, Miss Jetta.
Oh, you said anyone, you can say raise
I said,
your
do you want to help her out? Raise your hand, please. From now on, when I say...
All right, you know what?
All right. From now on, when I say someone want to help someone out, that means raise your hand.
Okay.
Okay? Cool? Everyone clear on that?
Oh, I feel like a little kid.
That's okay. I do too. Miss E, what can I do for you? Yeah? Yes. When held, it capitalizes any letter pressed while held. Okay?
Or does something else.
One thing at a time. Anyone want to get ambitious and guess what the secondary purpose of the Shift key is? Miss Jetta!
Thank you.
Well,
It will pull up symbols like your number key up on the number keys.
yes, that is true.
It change it to symbols.
So, for example, if you wanted to bring up the @ button like you're writing an email address, you would hit Shift and 2, like so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like that. Okay? Okay? So that definition, while wordy and definitely in my style, is probably more than I needed to know.
It will be one or the other answer will be correct.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're not going to beat you over the head. If you give us one or the other, we're happy with you. One correct answer is enough. All right, so the delete symbol. Who here wants to step to bat on that? Ms. Graham.
It deletes a word and even letters and numbers.
It does, but how is that different from backspace?
Well, I think the backspace is the problem. And delete just deletes it.
You're correct in some parts, but less so in others. I will explain briefly. Ms. Faria, would you like to take the helm on this?
Yes, it deletes what you highlight, what you want to remove. It deletes it.
That is true, but it's not what sets it apart from backspace. Mr. Muse?
Delete from going to the right, backspace to the left.
Absolutely right, Mr. Muse. Well said, stout fellow. I'm happy about this. What?
Can you repeat that?
Certainly, Mr. Muse. Give your voice full rein.
Items toward the right, backspace deletes items toward the left.
Yes, delete erases items to the right, and backspace deletes items to the left. Okay? Science. Again, I say science.
Look at your arrow. Look on your keyboard and see. Backspace is an arrow. Now what direction is it? That's how you can tell the difference. Backspace it shows you the direction of the arrow.
And delete to the right.
Yes, will be the opposite. Correct.
Alright. Well, that was pretty easy. So, what about one of the lesser used keys, like the tab key? Miss Graham, have a shot at it.
The tab key, but when you press the tab key, it helps you indent.
It does. It moves you 3 spaces over.
Exactly.
That is one way of it.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
The tab key is when you press it, it gives you indent spaces.
How many?
3, the other answer.
Is that correct? 3?
Yes, it's 3 space bars. What? No. Sorry, I'm incorrect. The number of which is irrelevant. It will move you forcibly to the right, is what the tab key will do.
But
It
the
also...
5 space is not correct.
5, not 3. My mistake. I got my numbers mixed up. You'll forgive me, guys. I had kind of a late night. Alright, what's an alternate use of this? Miss Faria.
It also moves you to the next line now.
Yes, but not what I was thinking of.
Well, it does if you're in a dialogue box, but we're not going that route.
Oh, that was actually
Too
what I
much
was thinking.
information.
Cell to cell.
Move, yes, but right now we're just moving 5 spaces to the right.
Okay. We're going to leave that next one for the actual final. Okay? The alternate use of tab.
Okay.
My mistake. Escape? Yes, Ms. Ramisha, what?
So this is not the final.
No, this is a halfway point.
This is midterm.
Yep. So it's not quite as scary as the final. The final is not
So all
either.
this is going to be combined in a final.
You got it.
Let's see. Maybe you're nice, I won't give it to you. Okay, that's not going to happen. Alright, so the escape button. What does it do? ESC. Mr. Sellers, what would happen if I press the escape button right now?
Well, it exits you out of the page that you're in, like,
I can't hear you, sir.
it exits out of the page that you're in. You push escape, for instance, if you have a full view picture or something, or full screen, and you push escape, it'll take you back to, the regular page.
Yeah, that's about right.
Now your current document.
Say, for example, something freezes, and it happens all the time, like you in the internet and something freezes. If you hit that escape key, it will take you out of there. That's also, as long as you win something, you want to come out of that, come out of Word, he is correct. It will take you out of where you're at.
Okay, I'm going to throw like the mother of all easy ones out there.
Current document, current page.
What do you think the spacebar does, guys? I got you already, Mr. Zellers. Miss Susan, I just called on you too. I'm going to have to start.
Can you say that again?
Alright, mother of all easy ones. What does the spacebar do? Mr. Carmen? Moves you a space to the right. Yeah, that's right. By the way, it is not essential for things like spacebar to list which direction they move you. It's just something I put in there for clarity's sake, since I'm making this as much for me as I am for you. Alright, you
I was
already...
going to say put spaces between characters.
We seem to have tab twice.
It does that, but whatever your blinking I beam is, if you hit space, it will give you an extra space. Which is correct.
Always useful. Alright, so,
Alright, Miss Louise.
Miss Louise has been doing this a long time. Longer than me. Enter key, guys. Ms. Ella, enter key does what?
Just whatever you're typing, it also moves you down to the next line.
Okay, so, Ms. Ella, Miss Louise would like to hear what you said.
Joyce says she
The
couldn't
enter
hear you.
key, it enters whatever data you're typing, and it also moves you down to the next line.
Okay, we only really care about the moves you down to the next line part of this, because the entering data is not so relevant in a keyboarding class. Like, you can use it as a shortcut instead of clicking OK, but again, that's not absolutely necessary. So we're just going to, while that's true that it does submit data, we absolutely do not need it for this part of the exam. So we're just going to go with moves you to the next line.
What about
Too much mic. Too much mic.
gives the computer a command?
It does, but that's not relevant for this part. This exam is mostly word processing. How are you feeling so far, guys?
Yeah.
This all seem familiar?
ready for the test right now.
Are you? You haven't even seen all the tests right now.
We still have cap lock.
We're getting to it. Backspace,
Did that.
i.e. the button I'm using right now,
Did
deletes.
that already.
I know. Symbols. The left. Excellent. Caps lock, what do you think it does?
Relax.
Miss Chandel. Right. Capitalizes all subsequent text. Now, how's that different from holding shift? Come on, guys. Help me out here.
I hear you. What you saying?
How is caps lock different from shift? Yes, Mr. Ronald.
Continue.
I think that if you don't have to hold it, it makes all the letters capital.
Nope, just one. Yeah, no. I mean, yes, you're right. And no, you don't have to hold it down like shift. You just press it once and everything until you hit it again will be capitalized. Okay?
That was great.
Very good. I'm impressed. Nicely done. All right. Now, this is not the sort of computer we usually use, but knowing the parts of a computer is extremely helpful. So, who here can tell me... Actually, no, I can't modify this. Stupid thing. All right. Now, where's the monitor on this?
They have letters on them. You can see, just call out the letter.
All right, what letter is the monitor, guys? Who? Yes, Miss Diane? Please do. I would have picked on you eventually.
Okay. The monitor is the letter B, which it appears on that paper, on that screen, to appear to look like a small television set.
Yes, we use a somewhat antiquated. I was going to say TV. Why was I going to say TV? Set for our model, just to make it absolutely clear what's what. Things are a bit more streamlined nowadays. Miss Louise.
When I asked you guys to turn off your monitor, everybody went to their CPU. You went to shut the whole thing off. Remember, that if you push that monitor back on, you'll still be on the same page you was when you turned the monitor off. If you hit the CPU, you shutting everything down, you're going to have to log back on. So monitor is something completely different.
Quite right. Now, so the CPU in this diagram is what letter, do you think?
Or the brain.
Yeah. Ella.
A.
What?
A.
You think A? How come our computers don't look like that? Where are our CPUs? Our monitors are on top of them. All right? So it's an easy way to remember. Monitor on top of the CPU. All right? So we've got those two. What's G, Miss Faria? Can you see? G is pointing to what object?
Keyboard.
Yes, very good. Very simple, but good to know. At worst, it's just another point for you. What are these two things? These pair of Ds? Speakers. Okay, good. Luckily, we don't have any in here. Because otherwise, well, we have two of them anyway, but still.
I'm sorry you raised your hand.
Oh, yes, right. That must be punished at some point. My apologies, Miss E. I'll be more attentive in the future. All right, and that just leaves... there's not that much to leave.
F,
Oh, yes.
we got B,
All right, so what's F? What am I using to pull around the screen? Miss E? Right. Very easy stuff. And E is what?
The microphone.
excellent.
Very good.
Somebody didn't raise their
Hand.
But she got it wrong because she didn't raise her hand.
Luckily, there's no raising hand part of the test. All right, so everyone feels pretty confident about if they saw this diagram again, they would not, go out of their skulls with panic. You know everything on here now?
So this diagram, and this is going to be on the test, if you notice the box towards your right, it has specific information. You would just put the letter next to where it says microphone, keyboarding, all you have to do in the test is identify.
Right. So when I get this test and I'm grading it, I don't want to see on top of A scrawled CPU or, on top of B, monitor. You're supposed to use this little table over to the right, like Miss Louise said. Makes it so much easier for us to grade. Okay? Everyone clear on that?
Yes.
All right, cool. Moving on. Okay. Okay, so moving on, we have a screenshot of Microsoft Word. So circle the following shortcuts. Shortcuts in this case meaning the things below the menus, like File, Edit, Insert, etc. Those little pictographs you see. So which of these little symbols would I press to get a new document? Miss Ella? You mean the one under File? Like here?
I would press file and then,
Right, but the question is about using the shortcuts so you don't have to use the menus.
you're right.
Right. So while it's perfectly legit to go the long way, we're also trying to teach you fast ways as well. I wish I had a pointer. Do we have a pointer in this place? Well, I have this sort of...
Everybody, do you have a question, Mr. Ronald?
What? Oh yeah, I'll do it. Alright, so my lovely assistant, Mr. Walter, will help. Yeah, whatever. It's part of the code of circus
That's
people.
a little white paper, basically what that little icon is, it starts a new document. Remember, every time you pull up a new document, it's blank?
Right.
That's what that little symbol is, a blank document.
Yeah, it's a blank piece of paper. Very easy to understand. You want me to get that? You read it? No, you read it off and I'll do the point. Come on.
No.
You sure?
It's helping.
You sure?
Yes.
All right. You wouldn't fib to me, would you?
No, it's helping.
Miss Ella?
Okay, I have a problem sometimes remembering. Now, where it's file and the document under that is the taskbar. Am I correct?
Yeah.
All of it's the taskbar. Everything up top as well is where it says area. Is that also a part of the task?
Yeah. The fonts, the bold, italics, that's all part of the... no, toolbar, not taskbar. Tools. Sorry, you had me confused because you used a T. And I'm like, Chandel, back to her. Yes, sure. Symbol under File, it looks like a blank piece of paper.
You click on that
Yeah.
to save the document.
Not to save, but to make a new one.
But this question is asking you to circle
Right.
the symbol for a new document. That's what it's asking you to do. Down below the question
Mr.
right
Walter,
there
I
by
dare you
Walter's
to
head,
circle the
it
wall.
says
It's just gonna look-
circle shortcut.
It'll look like a line of scrimmage afterwards.
So that picture will be on there. It's asking you to circle a new document.
Alright. Where's the button that would allow us to spell check without going through the menus? Miss E, what do you got for me?
It's ABC in check.
Yes, right where my mouse is right now, the ABC check. Thank you, Mr. Walter. Alright, so everyone's got that? It's the ABC checkmark pictograph, and it's usually under Format. Like, directly under it. You don't click Format to get to it, but if you can see the Format symbol, or the words, you would get to spell check right under.
Check and then A, B, and C. That's the icon. That's the icon. That's what you need to circle. That's what you got to locate on that test.
Okay. Save, our favorite command of all time. Wow, Miss E, you are bursting with answers today. I love it.
This.
What?
The this.
The disk? Yes, the floppy disk, which is now antiquated, but it's still the universal symbol for saving. It's right next to the open document, which is right here. It looks like a file opening. So you have those three commands all right next to each other. Why do you think they're all right next to each other? It's a bonus question. Because they're the most important commands you're going to give in order to keep, open, or save files. There's a reason they're starting the list. That, by the way, won't be on the test. That's just a bit of me talking. Alright, we're missing one, and that's the print. What button would we press to print out our document? Miss Carmen, picking on you again. Control
It's
P
asking you to
is the...
circle an icon. It's not asking
Right.
you to push button.
Well, that is correct if we just have our keyboard.
Right.
If we're circling icons, it's what? Yes, the little image of a printer is exactly right. Very good. All right, you guys are doing a lot better than the last keyboarding class I had. Except for, hey, I can say that because everyone has moved on except for Mr. Walter. You didn't do that bad in my class anyway. All right. So, keeping with the circling theme, what button would we press in this program to make a new message? Miss Shirley, I'm actually going to pick on you. What button would we press to get a new message? Can you see from here?
Your arrows. Can I say something first?
Certainly.
What document are we in first?
We're still in Word, right, guys?
No.
A trick question. I love those. You should watch out for them.
Exactly.
No, we are in Outlook now.
And how do we know that we're in Outlook? Somebody raise their hand.
Miss Jetta.
Title bar.
The title bar says Inbox, Microsoft Outlook. Very
Can you put the arrow
precipitous.
just so everyone can see, please?
Yes, certainly.
See right there? That's how you know you're in Outlook. So how do you create, what is the button that you push to do a new message?
Miss Joyce.
Press new.
Where is it located?
All the way to the left at the top.
Yep. Quite well said. So top left is new document or new message. Sorry, not document. It's a general principle. If you know Word, you know Outlook. And if you know Outlook, you know Microsoft PowerPoint. Basically. Okay, we got that. Okay. We already went over this is from Microsoft Outlook, so there's no point to the true or false question. You all can tell just from this difference in screens and how they're presented the difference between Word and Outlook, right? That doesn't sound like a very confident yes. Alright, so true or false? The screenshot above is taken from Microsoft Outlook.
Is that true or false? True.
Wow, that was the most quiet true I've heard in a while.
You said it so fast you didn't understand it.
My apologies. True or false? The screenshot above, the one right here, is taken from Microsoft Outlook.
Is that true or false?
This one right here.
Yes.
True? I'll drink to that. Now then. Whoop. Okay. So we're in a new screen, new screenshot. Okay? So, we can see that our industrious test maker has opened a new message. It appears to be to Louise with an attachment. And the question about it is, Microsoft Word is not the program you use to attach and send your lessons to Charlie, Miss Louise, or Walter. True or false? Miss Shandell, you look interested. Would you care to answer this question? I'll read it again, just for posterity. Microsoft Word is not the program you use to attach and send your lessons to Charlie, Miss Louise, or Walter. True or false? Miss Shandell.
I said two.
Yes, I did, but I know, but you didn't raise your hand. The answer is false. Gotta pay attention to the phrasing in true and falses.
It's the same thing we just asked you a minute ago, but it's just reword.
Yep. All right.
I didn't understand that question. Read it to me again.
Okay. Microsoft Word is not the program you use to attach and send your lessons to Charlie, Miss Louise, or Walter. So everyone get it now?
Microsoft Word is not. Is that true or false?
Yeah.
It's true.
In other words, which
True.
program do you
Right, he said, well, why'd you saying it's false?
Because I like messing with you as well.
Oh. I ain't
That's right,
understand.
because it said
Y'all got me
it
confused now.
That's right. You got to read it. It's Microsoft Word.
Charlie
Word,
messing
the
with me.
program that you send your lessons through to me, Charlie, and Walter. Is Microsoft Word. Is that true or false? Right. Is Microsoft? See,
Come on now, y'all.
Come on now, guys. Y'all know this answer. Is Microsoft Word or Microsoft Outlook? Which one is it?
Outlook.
Okay, so that question
is false.
What?
True or false? Microsoft Word.
We are not having a war about this,
Word
Louise.
is not what you send a message through. Outlook is what you send that message through.
Right.
Right.
So is Microsoft Word the program?
Oh,
That's not what the question's asking. We're using double negatives, and no wonder they're confused.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna make this
So
10.
you wrote true, but it's false.
Right, but if I take away not, then it's true. So I'd rather just do that. It's slippery as is.
Oh boy, I tell you.
But you can't confuse them with the question.
You're quite
They're
right.
writing down true.
Oh.
You had to put exactly what the question's going to be on the test.
True or false? Microsoft
Because
Word.
they're going to write true and not read it. You cannot play with what's going to be on the test.
Fair enough.
Question, that's the question on the test.
As you say.
So, Mr. Zellis has his hand up.
Yes, Mr. Zellers?
That's kind of confusing
That's
because
why you keep making it confusing. You can't do that. Back and forth, back and forth.
Fair enough. I stand corrected. Thankfully, we're having a review, right, gentlemen?
Exactly.
Yeah, word problems. It's like
Word
a
problems
word
are jerks,
problem, Miss Louise.
Yes,
You have to read
ma'am.
the question and
Got to
Gotta
read
pay close
it.
attention.
Exactly.
We have
He
lots
has
of
his hand back up again.
Yes,
I
Mr.
never asked the
Zellers.
last question. But what I was saying, like, it gets confusing because a lot of times we use Word, go back to the Word program to attach it to the Outlook, right?
Yes, it says attached.
Right, but you're not using the actual
You're
program
in
we
the
attach
program.
it.
You're
Program.
going to
You're
not
saying-
want to get information, but you're in Outlook originally.
Thank you, Mr.
You can't go to Word and then
I
attach
still
something
think
from
it's true.
Outlook.
Right,
We're
but-
using that program, but we have to go to Word to attach it.
Allow me to explain, Mr. Zeller.
Thank you.
What we were using Outlook to actually attach the file. Where we're getting the file from is Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is not doing the attachment. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Right.
But if we were saying that to attach a picture wouldn't come from Microsoft Word, we could still do something like that, right? To attach a picture that wasn't in Word program.
Yeah, you can do that, but
Y'all
it's not
remember
gonna
that
be attached.
question, okay?
That question is already causing more headaches than I'm comfortable with.
That's why all this is coming from what you just did. Now, another question.
If you say so, Ms. Brody.
Oh, I just want to say that when you go to attach something, when you attach, it's not always Microsoft Word that you're attaching. That's why that question, two negatives make a positive, but I'm glad that not is not going to be in that question because that's going to trip everybody up.
Yes,
Well, I'm trying to
But now y'all know the
Good to
answer.
simplify.
Yes, that's why we're having a
You
review.
know the answer now, put it down.
All right, now then. All right, so this is a just quick little scanning question. All right.
Y'all better write it.
All right, so true or false? The below message has no files attached to it. So everyone can see this little screenshot here? The active report message? Everyone can see that just fine?
Yes.
Are there any attachments on it? Who's- What did I say about hands?
Raise your hand, Ms. Carmen, even though we can't hear you.
And you know older folks forget.
Say it again, Ms. Carmen. Yes.
Right, so there is a file attached.
Where do you see it at? Where is it attached?
Quite. Right here.
So that question is,
So the true or false question above is what? Yep, that is false. And I just take a moment to applaud your efforts despite your
wait a minute,
voice.
no.
Oh my God.
It says below.
True.
message
Right, this one.
has no. So is that true or false? You're saying it wrong, please. There is an attachment. See the attachment? That's right. That's right. I know you didn't see it. That's why you need to write this down.
All right. All right. Since we just can't seem to get enough of true or false questions, guys. Whew.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. So this message has a signature in the body of the message. Let's just take this in steps. Who here can find the body of the message in the screen above? Where's that? Miss Faria. Yes, where you see the word see attachment, that's the body of the message. That's where you write little things. Okay? So, That said, is there a signature in the body?
No.
Hands, guys.
Miss,
Miss Johan. No, there is not a signature in the body of the message, so the answer to that would be false.
Oh, I need a break. Or 2 or 3.
Stop sowing dissension in my class, Miss Jetta. You're only saying what I'm
Okay.
thinking. Alright. True or false? The above message to Miss Louise is complete and ready to be sent. So this screen above, Mrs. Johan. False? Why is it not ready to be sent?
Because it doesn't have who the letter is being sent to.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
I'm not sure if you want the CC, which is the carbon copy.
no, you don't need to worry about that.
what did you just answer the question before? What else is not there?
Nobody's name.
That's right.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
The
Who you
signature.
sending it to?
The signature.
The signature.
Right, and you don't know who's sending it.
Who you sending it to, and there's no signature.
That's right, and your name is not the body.
Whoever wrote that, which will be if you were writing to me, your signature is not there, and you have nothing there, no one to send it to.
Okay, so we've gotten to the bonus page. We're gonna go back a bit to the actual front. Now, you see this handy dandy, oh so professionally scribbled on mock-up of what? What is this big blue space with the black line through it? What's the formal name for that, Miss Chandel? Yes, Miss Chandel, you need to speak up because I could barely hear you when I'm right next to you. Speak up. What's the desktop? Yes.
Still can't hear.
Speak up. Come on. The desktop, you say? Yes. In this black line here, you would write desktop. All right?
Where?
The black line in the center of the screen right here.
Oh,
You
I
see
can
it
hardly
better
see
when
it.
I
Okay,
text
yeah.
If I was to give an actual
I see.
example. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, right where we are right now is the desktop. Okay? When there are no programs open or the programs are minimized, this blue screen, you can change it to make it look whatever, is called the desktop. Now, if I was going to victimize some other poor hapless soul, what's the name for one of these? What I've highlighted.
Icon.
Yes, those are called icons. And what do you do when you double click on them? What happens?
They open up.
Yes, they provide a shortcut to frequently used programs. So if I were to double click on Word, what would happen?
Blank document will come up.
Quite right. Okay? Now, returning back to here. Now, what's this right here where my mouse is? Miss E?
Can you just move your arrow around so they can see what you're doing? Because they can't see.
See it now?
You see what she-
Yes, that is the start button. Very good. Very good indeed. Alright, now going back, last one in this diagram. What's this little line point to?
Can you scroll your arrow around so they can see what you're talking about?
Miss Susan.
The icons?
No. Look at where my mouse is.
Oh, the taskbar.
Yes, taskbar is correct. That is the only tricky one out of these four. Everything else is pretty intuitive, but the word taskbar is not so intuitive. So I'd make it a special note of that one if I were you. We're actually using the taskbar now. It's how you have multiple programs open and you can tell what they are. Right now we have PowerPoint, Microsoft LifeCam, Inbox from Outlook, and Word all open. And how we know all that is because of the handy dandy taskbar. Okay, so we covered that. So what's the first thing you do when you open a new document in keyboarding? I saw your hand. I'm going to give someone else a chance though. Miss Joyce!
Save as.
Yes, you save it in the proper form, at least in this class. Yes, so save as. Alright, another true or false. God, there are a lot of them. When you want to save a document, you can and should call it whatever you want with no regard to subject or date. So if I was to write a letter to my sister's wedding, inviting people, I should call it my plans to invade Mars, right? I should totally name it completely random stuff. Guys,
No,
thank you. Hand.
you said guys.
Yes, I did make it a general question to the
Okay.
class. So, what should you do? You should always label it how. It was our first question. We started the review with it. Sarah?
The topic.
Yes, the topic, well, the class, then the assignment, then the date. So yes. Okay?
Let me get that.
Alright, so we've been all through this before. Now we're going to go to the bonus page, which is quite useful, I assure you. Alright.
You did miss something.
Ah, did I?
Go back.
Going up.
Right there.
Ah, quite right. Thank you, Miss Louise. Alright. Okay, so we covered this. True or false? The screenshot below is taken from Microsoft Outlook. Right here, this thing I'm looking at right now where I'm moving my mouse around.
What was the question?
The screenshot
That's above. You go to the
above,
next
right.
question.
But we're still in Outlook is the point. Never
We
mind.
already did that one. You're talking about the below, says circle.
Right. Circle the address book and the send button below. So where would we find the send button and the address book? Miss Susan?
Right up there on the left, next to the attachment.
Right, so where my mouse is right now? Where my mouse is moving? Is that right, Miss Susan?
Yeah.
Good. And the, what is it? Address book? Where would we find the address book, guys? Miss Joyce?
Well, the open book guy next to the next to the spell check.
Quite right. Well, that's a name
Spell
check.
checks, and that is. There's also another location. There's two on there. Where's the other one? It's Diane?
Is it next to CC?
No, ma'am.
Oh, we're right. I can just know it wrong.
What?
But it is.
What?
See, the address book, there's 4 places on there. She did say it correct.
Yep.
There's
Okay.
1 at the top on the menu bar, and then there's 3 on the side. You can't miss them. Next to the word from, next to the word to, next to the word CC. Those are all address books.
Oh, okay.
So if you missed that question, I don't know what's
Ha! Alright. Well caught. Everyone gets it?
We got it.
Good. We're going to move on to shortcuts. Alright. So the good news and the bad news about the bonus page is that... Alright. The bad news is this. There's only one bonus page. The good news is you can't lose points for answering incorrectly. You can only gain points. So, I don't care how rushed you are, you should definitely do the bonus page. It can mean the difference between an A and a B or a C and a B. So, do your best on this. So, what happens in Word when you hit... I'm going in order. You hit Control P in Word, what screen will come up? Yes, Miss E. Print? Okay. I see your hand, Missy. Save. Oh, wow, you're on fire. Alright. See if we can go for 3 in a row. What does Control N do, Missy? Anyone else?
Oh, I'm lost on that one.
You lost on that one.
Susan got her hand up.
Miss Susan.
The document?
Yes.
Really?
Alrighty. Miss E, what is Control C? Damn right it is. Alright, Control U is Miss Brody?
Undo?
No, we'll get to that.
Underline?
Underline?
Yes, Control U is
E had her hand.
Oh, I'm
right.
sorry.
I'll get to her next. I know.
What was it again?
Underline.
Control U is underline text. Okay?
Well, can't you just go up top and do that?
What's that?
Let me.
But some people hands.
Oh,
they-
right.
That's,
Or if you're in the middle of
Okay.
typing, you don't want to reach for your mouse, you might want to do it.
Uh,
All right, Control D.
oh, nobody got control D?
delete? No.
No, I'll raise my hand.
D got her hand, Miss Diane, sorry.
Oh, is it?
I'm totally not giving you a hint right now with what I'm doing on the screen.
Diane rose her hand.
Would it be Control plus D equals delete?
Nope.
Okay.
Sorry to tell you.
That's the assumptions.
Miss Shandell, what do you think Control D does?
I have no,
It's a weird one, but it's knowable. Shandell, any guesses? None? You gotta give me a guess. All right, fine. Miss E, go for it.
Open the print. Print the,
You said the crystal print document?
Mm-mm.
this is what here.
It is a weird one, but it's useful.
Open the,
I don't know what it opens, you can't get it out. Next.
All right. For those of you who are curious, I will show you. I tried to show you earlier, but none of you guys were looking at the screen.
What is that
Open the
called?
document.
What's that called, guys? Hold on. Miss Susan, what was it? You had your hand up?
Yeah.
What is it?
Control D opens up the font
Yep.
section.
Oh.
wow.
Oh.
Just open up the font dialog box where you can change things.
Dialogue box.
Get out.
Like you can
Get
change
out.
the color, you can change the
You know, I
size
have
of the
been
print.
secretary in a while.
But remember, this is just bonus points.
Right.
If
You
you don't
don't.
know it, fine. If you know it, that's extra points added.
Oh, this is very helpful for me.
Wait. Control A, guys. What do you think Control A does?
If you don't have your hand up and do something,
Miss E has been blazing a blue streak through this. Mr. Mike, what do you think Control A does? No. Mr. Muse?
Access the web?
No.
alright.
Wow. Okay, Control A will do, and I'll demonstrate. Control A. Was that? What did I just do?
Really?
Just highlight.
Highlights the entire document.
Well, you know,
I'm getting better at my keyboard
you
skills.
can teach an old dog new tricks.
All right. There's no earthly reason that you should know what Control-Alt-Down arrow does.
It goes.
But I will totally buy the person who knows this.
Watch this screen. It's going to freak you out.
All right. Now, this didn't work last time I tried this on a keyboarding class, but I have hopeful thoughts for this one. So Control-Alt-Down arrow. Huh. Weird. Doesn't work on downs. Ideally, it would flip your screen upside down. And it used to be
Truly, upside down.
Yeah, Chris used to do this when I started out. He would
There's no
walk by
reason
my
to
computer
use
and
it.
flip it.
But that's what it does.
No, the reason to do it is to mess with people. But
No, my
you're not
grandson
supposed
done that to me. My picture on my screen before. I was wondering why it was upside down.
Hold on. What, Miss Farah? Sure. So what Control, Alt, and Down arrow does is
There's 3 keys you push.
it flips your screen upside down. So right now, the bonus page would be upside down and at the bottom of the screen.
But guys, you have to push. If you push the arrow key that's pointing up, it'll be upside down. If you push it to the side, it's going to turn your screen to the right. If you push the arrow, follow that to the left.
Why is it
it'll
not
turn
working?
your whole screen
I've
to
done
the
it
left.
before,
Yeah.
so we're paying attention.
But you don't want to touch those buttons. We're not going to tell you how to get it back.
Nope. We'd figure it out eventually, but it'd be
I
a
forgot
massive
how I got it
headache.
back. My grandson done this to me. I was like, watch my picture upside down. I'm a well.
2 points.
All right. So, why is the home row important for building good typing skills? Anyone want to take a crack at this? Hold on. Miss Susan, Miss E, raise your hand.
Miss, I call her E. I'm sorry, Miss Ellen.
Miss
So
L.
that your fingers will know exactly where to go back to, so that when you start typing, your fingers have a home.
Right. To put that in the more concise term, the reason why it is so good is because with your hands on the home row, you're only 1 key away from every other key on the board. Okay? All right. And there's some exceptions, like one-handed keyboards and telekeyboards, etc., etc. But generally speaking, this is true. Alright guys, this has gone exactly as planned. You guys have proved even sharper than I thought you were, which is pretty sharp. And you've more than earned a break. See you back here at 3 o'clock. Nicely done.
Anybody have any questions?
Any questions before you go, though? No?
Right. Now remember, people that were late, next week, not next week, Thursday, we will not be having keyboarding in this classroom. Keyboarding will be split up in the classroom. What room, guys?
3 and 5.
Your name will be
Very
on the
good.
outside of the door.
Oh. Yeah, I need to see Mr. Chris too, because he had me for makeup on what? 1 to 8. I was here. I came in a little late. But I made it, remember? Remember I came in, y'all was like, you made it.